Hey, Facebook. So it is 1:20 p.m. here. I'm sticking my case to my computer like I did yesterday. Ta-da! And I just want to keep up this daily showing up here because I realised something, that when I kind of hit the slump, which is what I did today, I kind of hit that point where I'm like, I'm just sitting at my desk kind of going in circles and I'm not feeling very fired up. The one thing that fires me up is coming and talking to you guys. I thrive on feedback, and I don't know if you're the same. I don't know if that's exclusive to me. I don't know if that's a entrepreneur thing, but when I get feedback, I'm like, it just lights me up. I'm like on fire when I get that buzz, and it's not like a, oh my god, tell me how great I am thing. It's just like a interaction, like water cooler moment, I guess. It's like knowing there are real people out there. I'm here on my own in my office. There aren't a team of real people. My team of people are global. They're all over the world. They're not here with me in my time zone even. So it was just time to come and have a conversation. So you're going to see me showing up here regularly. I have just sent an email to you if you're on my email list. If you're not on my email list, you didn't get it. If you want it, if you want the email, the secret special behind the scenes email, then feel free to go to laurahusson.com and get on my list, or businessbeyondbelief.com as well. That's probably the best one to go to actually, because then you get invited to my Business Beyond Belief party that I'm having next week. So go there, get on the list, and if you don't get the email, then just feel free to send me an email. I'm laura@laurahusson.com, and tell me, I want the email, I want to see the email, and I'll totally send it to you. So what I want to talk about today is how to grow your business fast and how to get your time back, because I know that as any other human on this planet, we only have a certain amount of hours in the day. We only have a certain amount of things we can tick off our to-do lists. And I already spoke earlier in the week about how I am taking control of my inbox task management. So I'm not letting my inbox control my to-do list every day anymore. And that feels really good. That feels like a really good starting point. The way that I have grown my business and the way that I have managed to expand as quickly as I have is because I get help. So I outsource as many things as I can, and I'm really good at that outsourcing. Like it's one of my zones of genius, is how to find really awesome people to outsource to. And I want to share a little bit with how I do that with you, so that you can do it too, because it's an awesome way to do things. I see somebody here, I think from memory. Who's that star? Rosie, I think it's you. I don't see who it is, but I think I recognise that icon. So hello, Rosie. So I'm going to share a little bit about how I do that. Now, in my members group for Business Beyond Belief, my VIP group, I gave them a really detailed version. Hi, Rosie, it is you. I knew I recognised that star. I gave them a really detailed version and screen share of how I hire people, and the process, the recruitment process that I go through, and how I screen people and all that kind of business. Now, I won't do that because it takes a long time, and it's one of the things that I share, I say for my private clients. But what I want to give you is just the starting basic tips on how to hire without feeling like, oh my God, I can't afford to hire yet. Because that's the biggest thing, right? What holds us back, and what held me back from hiring the first ever time, was the feeling that I just couldn't afford to build a team yet. Like, you know, it was just me. I didn't have money enough to add other people into my team. And here's what happened. So I was sat at my desk one day. This is how I came to my first ever hire. And it was October the 4th. I want to say 2013, but that feels too recent. But it probably was 2013. October 4th, 2013. Yeah, I guess 3.5 years. That sounds about right, actually. Wow, it's 2017. I keep thinking it's 2016. So, yeah, it was October 4th, 2013. Let's go with that. And I was building a membership site for a client. Hi, Lynn. I was building a membership site for a client, and it was really complex design. And there was one specific thing I couldn't get the design to do, and it was just killing me. I spent about 2 days trying to get this one image to do this one thing I wanted it to do. And I couldn't do it. And I felt like such a failure because I'd taken this client's money and said I could do this job for them. And I just couldn't do it. I was like, oh my God, like this is just eluding me. I don't know how to do it. This coding is just beyond my knowledge. I couldn't find anybody who could teach me how to do it. And all my kind of tech website friends were, they didn't know how to do it either. When I asked them, they were like, yeah, this is advanced stuff. And yeah, it's a bit beyond where we are. And at that time, I was just like completely overwhelmed because all I thought was, well, I'm going to have to refund the money. I've already spent like 3 weeks working flat out full time on this, and now I'm going to have no money to show for it. And I just felt really crap about it. It really made me feel like a total fraud in my business. It made me feel like, you know, I questioned the whole thing. I was just like, what am I doing? Can I even do this? Who do I think I am? All that stuff that comes up. It was kind of crappy. And then I was walking to pick my daughter up and the penny dropped. I was literally walking to get her from school. It's only a few minute walk. And there's a lot of penny dropping conversations this week. I had the penny dropping about having live streamed on my personal page the other day. Oh. I had a penny dropping yesterday about turning should into could. And now I'm talking about penny dropping from when I realised I needed help. And it just occurred to me that, you know, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay not to be able to do all the things, and it's okay not to know everything. So I came home and I posted an ad online to find a developer who could help me with this one specific task. Now, I was flooded with applications very, very quickly because I was very vague on my job description. I just picked someone and put them to work on a test project. Now, that is a big hint. I always give new people I hire who I've never worked before test projects to see how well they do with them. And then if they're really good with that, then I'll trust them with bigger stuff and we end up having long ongoing relationships. I agree hourly rates with them. And we go from there. So I gave them this test project and I just sat there staring at my screen, refreshing my inbox, waiting for them to come back and say it's done. And they came back the first time about 40 minutes later, said, this is going to take a bit longer than we thought. And I was just like, oh no, please don't tell me you can't do it. And then he came back 10 minutes later. He was like, yeah, it's done. I was like, oh my goodness. I had paid, I think, $8 for 1 hour of this guy's time. And he had completely solved my problem. Those I think it was 3 days at this point, I had been banging my head against my desk. I was sat in tears at my desk. The first time I ever cried in my business over, I don't know how to do this. Like before, I'd always been able to find solutions. I'd always been able to find the answer. And somebody else was able to do it in 1 hour for $8. And it was a turning point in my business. Absolute turning point. At that point, it was just no turning back. It was like, oh my goodness. Like if he can do this in 1 hour, what could he do in a whole day? And like, you know, what could he do in a whole week? And what would that allow me to do if he was doing this stuff that takes me 3 times as long as him, or more, 300 times as long as him? What would that allow me to go and do in my business? And I mean, when you sit and you actually analyze that and you put the tasks that you should be, here we go back with the should, that you could be doing in your business, and the things that actually make you the money, it doesn't make sense to not be outsourcing the smaller things. So if you're not outsourcing, if you don't have a team, if you don't have any support in your business, if you're the only person in your business right now, my challenge to you is to outsource one small task this week to somebody. It might be sending an email. It might be publishing a blog post. It might be doing some research for a blog post. It might be transcribing a video that you've done or you've seen someone else do that you really liked and you want to keep a written copy of. Just outsource one small task for less than $10, maybe less than $20, and just get that feeling. Because when you get that feeling, it's okay me telling you about it, but when you get the feeling, when you feel the feeling and you know how it feels to just have that time back, it opens up a whole world of possibility. And that's the thing I wanted to share with you. And that is how I've grown my business. So after we hired that guy and we did that 1 hour task, we then worked with him for another 2 years before our needs went past his skill set. Now we have a whole team of people who we work with long term. And we've had our trial and error, don't get me wrong. We've had times where we've hired people and gone, yeah, this isn't going to work out. Of course, it's a little bit like dating. You know, you got to kiss some frogs. So it's okay to try people out. Test projects are absolutely the way to do it. I use Upwork a lot to outsource my people. I use my community to find people. I use Facebook groups to find people. There's all kinds of different ways you can do it. But if you want immediate, if you want just access, go and post a job on Upwork, register a profile, it's free. Be very specific with your brief, but be quite to the point. You know, you don't need to get long-winded about it. Post an ad, you will get results. If you are very specific with the skills that you need, you will get much more close matching results. And that's one of the things I would say. And then before you just offer the job to someone, message them, you know, message them and ask them some questions and just get into a conversation and see what happens. And that's all I wanted to share with you today. I always end, and that's all. That's all I wanted to share with you today. It has value, so I'm going to try and challenge myself not to finish with, that's all I have for you today, as though, is this enough? I'm not asking permission for whether this is enough. I'm telling you, this is what I want to share with you. Thank you for being here. Rosie, I love seeing you show up on my scopes. We go so far back now, it's quite insane to really picture it. And I've started the podcast, so I've started recording for the podcast, and this is why this is timely. I've just hired, this week alone, I have hired a podcast producer who is here in the UK. I have hired an illustrator because I want to illustrate my new logo for Business Beyond Belief. Woohoo! Thank you, Rosie. Feeling is mutual. And I have hired somebody to handle my Infusionsoft because I've made the decision in my business that I do not ever want to log into that dashboard again. I just don't. You know, it's of no interest to me. It's not useful to my clients for me to be spending my time logging into an Infusionsoft dashboard. Like, I can't help people when I'm spending my time clunking around, not really knowing where to find things in Infusionsoft. So I've hired somebody who knows more than I do. And it's okay not to be the smartest person in my business in every task thing. I keep hitting my mic. Actually, I don't know why that's there because I'm not even using my mic. I'm talking to you from my phone. Addicted to the microphone. So that's that. That is that. I am going to go and record the next episode of the podcast. I'm actually recording an episode of the podcast about stepping from should into could. And I'm finding a lot that coming on here and talking live is really helping me to like generate ideas as well for my content. And that feels good too. I'm like in a content generation hyper blitz right now. So I've sent an email to you guys if you're on my list, as I said. I am starting my 5-day challenge on Monday. If you're not in, go to laurahudson.com/authority and join the challenge. It's going to be so much fun. Last time we had 600 people go through the challenge and the energy was high. We had so many breakthroughs in the group. It was so much fun and it kickstarted my whole community. So we're hoping that this week we're going to double the community in size. We're going to get a real good, you know, high vibe rolling in there. And we're going to get some breakthroughs and some ahas. I just want people to like feel uplifted and motivated and just be ready to take on the world. That's the feeling. You know, that's the feeling I have when I come off these live streams. I'm like, right, I've got an hour now where I can really get some stuff done, except for I have to get out of this chair because sitting is not my friend. Although I do have a new office chair, which has definitely helped. It's like a really nice office chair for posture and my back and everything else. So that was a good upgrade I made last week. So yes, I'm glad to have shared that with you. If you take action, if you take me up on the challenge to outsource something, please tell me because I would love to know how it made you feel and like what result that gave you, what it allowed you to go and do, because it really will be liberating and it will be transformational. I guarantee it. So I have that date logged. October 4th, 2013 was the transformational point in my business because it was the first time I asked for help from a stranger on the internet and paid them for it. Big, big stuff, small, small investment. Go to it, be awesome, and I will see you tomorrow. Friday tomorrow, one more day closer to the weekend. I love the weekends and I also really look forward to Monday because I love talking to you guys. I love being in my business and I love everything that it allows us to do in our life. So everything's a winner for me. Every day is Saturday, it feels like. All right, guys, see you tomorrow. Go outsource.